Good evening again. I'd like to call the committee of the whole meeting for the Village of Cary for April 16th to order with roll call, please.
McAlpine?
Here.
Collier?
Here.
Walrath?
Here.
Dudek?
Here.
Stefani?
Here.
Weinhammer?
Here.
Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moving to the public comment, the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. Is there anybody here who would like to address the committee of the whole? None. We'll go ahead and close that at 6:49. One thing we have on the agenda is the Cary Main Street Fest update. Who's handling this?
All right, thank you, Mayor. At the previous village board meeting, we were requested by the board to give an update on the planning and the status of the imminent details of our new reboot of Cary Main Street Fest. So as the board's aware, this year the festival will be brought back September 28th and 29th of this year, a two-day event, and is being equally co-presented in partnership with the Cary Grove Area Chamber of Commerce. So some of the exciting news and the fruits of the labor so far to date, we have the live music booked so far. So for the first day, on Saturday, September 28th, we have 4 bands lined up, starting with Jimmy Nick, starting at 1:30, and then Generator, There Goes the Neighborhood, and the headliner that evening will be Tennessee Whiskey, which is a Chris Stapleton tribute band. And then Sunday, there'll be a slightly abbreviated timeline with 3 events and 3 bands playing. First, we're starting out and overlapping, which I'll go into detail in a minute, the farmers market that will also be going on at the same time. We have New Vintage Strings, which is a string quartet that plays pop cover music. We have Bourbon Country, which is an acoustic country band. And then the headliner that afternoon will be Boy Band Review.
It's a lot of country.
That's what people want.
What you see here is the preliminary event layout. So obviously there's some details and locations that may be subject to change, but this generally gives an idea of the results and the layout that the planning committee has arrived at so far. So we're looking at a similar footprint to what we saw previously in earlier Cary Main Street Fests. One difference is that you'll see on the east side, so near the intersection of Spring Street and Main, we still have the stage proposed and laid out at that end. The stage, which, by the way, has been already, we have stage sponsorships lined up. So through the generosity of 750 Cucina Rustica, that is sponsored there at the east end. We've pushed it to the east side of that intersection, where previous festivals, it was more in the west leg of that Spring Street and Main Street intersection. That gives us a slightly bigger footprint, takes advantage of the front door, so to speak, of our newly renovated downtown streetscape. And it will require a slightly different traffic pattern, but one that we have facilitated previously, most recently during the construction of the streetscape improvements. So you'll still be able to access from Route 14, Jandis Road and the South Commuter Lot. And then obviously the typical detours we see during events like Cruise Night will be in effect. And then the BMO Harris Bank drive-through will still be accessible. It'll just be, you can kind of see in the top part of that map, accessible from the north at the 6 Hour Lot with a bit of a U-turn through an existing depression in that median that is already there. Kind of laying out, or going through the layout here, you can see going east to west, we have the stage on the east. We are proposing a few event tents to provide some spaces for folks to get out of the sun for the dining and the music that goes on. On Saturday, most of the Main Street block there, the main heart of the streetscape, will be for the attendees to enjoy the live music. There will be some tents for food vendors, food truck spaces, as well as the beverage tents in the middle of the street. On the Sunday portion only, the farmers market will be there in the morning time. And then as you go westward in the layout there, the BMO Harris parking lot, which is on the north side of the roadway, on Saturday, that will feature, in partnership with the Rotary Club of Cary Grove, they're going to host their annual Craft Brew Festival with and coinciding with our festival on the Saturday portion of the event. So we appreciate their partnership in bringing the exciting lineup of breweries and craft beverages out to our event. On Sunday in that same location, there will be a bags tournament hosted there, and that will also be kind of the spillover for the numerous farmers market tents that also, in partnership with the Rotary Club of Cary Grove, will be featured throughout the summer in our downtown for this year, which we're exciting to have them there, and also featured as one of the anchor activities for the Sunday portion of our event. And then on the southern lot off of Main Street that's owned by the Galates team, we're going to feature on Saturday a Chicago Trivia Guys. So similar to the trivia events that you would see in many of the breweries and other places around the area, they will have one that will be free of charge as part of the event. And then on Sunday, it's similar to the trivia concept, but it is almost call it bingo set to music. It's a licensed hosting of a Singo event. So I look forward to trying something new there as well.
I thought Trustee Dudek wanted to lead that Singo. Is that true? Did I hear that?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what it is.
We'll have some trials at the next committee, the whole meeting for you.
Thank
In terms of updates on our budget, this was when we embarked on this process in partnership with the Chamber. We had established a agreement with them to plan and facilitate the event, and we had established a total budget of approximately $50,000. With that planned budget, we were hoping for the goal of zero net costs, or if the revenues and sponsorships exceed that cost, to have some funding available to help be a seed for future festivals and continuations of the event. So we were estimating $20,000 to $25,000 for sponsorships, what we're targeting. To date, obviously we're still several months away from the event, but to date we have about $18,000 of sponsorships received so far. So we appreciate the generosity of the community and businesses as well that have sponsored so far. And if there is interest, there'll be a QR code on the next slide that there's still time to be a sponsor as well. And obviously, like the past festivals, we do anticipate revenue from the beverage sales that will go on, and then from the other smaller revenue sources with the fees for vendors and food vendors and so forth. So again, the goal so far is zero net cost, or possibly a little bit better depending on the sponsorships. And while it's in flux, being still many months away, so far our expenditures are projecting to be within budget so far.
Out of that 18,000, do you have a list of who the sponsors are so far that could be shared?
Yeah, on the Cary Main Street website, which is hosted through the Chamber's website, they do list the sponsors that are included in the different tiers.
Okay.
I don't have them off the tip of my tongue at the moment, but there are several so far.
Okay.
And the registration sheet shows you different types of sponsorships you can do as well.
I have a question for the chief. Can you move back a slide, Eric, or whomever is running the show? So it's a question about the kind of world we live in today. Both our east and west access points to this, I guess, could be prone to somebody flying down the street at 30 or 40 miles an hour. I don't recall last time we had one of these, how you protect the east and west, but what would your plan be?
Oh, we had a traffic barrier that was erected or installed on the east side last time we had the Mary Carey Parade. And then we've also used heavy equipment like snowplows and things of that nature to act as blocks in those areas where we think that there might be some type of vehicle movement through the event. And I would also say that because of the way that we're kind of configuring the stage, that we'll probably look at Spring Street, and that access point is there as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Does that purple outline, is that going to be like fenced in, or is that just open?
No fencing, because it's a free event now. And
Okay.
this is all part of our social district.
Got it, okay.
Yes, I should have mentioned that. That's a very good point. Yeah, that dotted line is just the limits of the event itself. This year with our social district, like the mayor mentioned, we do not have to have physical fencing enclosing the entire event. We're not seeking donations or admission to the event for this year. I will say one caveat, though, because the Brew Festival is going to have a separate liquor license. Obviously, they're still going to be meeting the standard requirements for that. So that we will have some temporary fencing around that part of it, but it'll still be a free-flow entry.
And the Galati's lot would also have fencing?
Some partial fencing, yes. Though that part is not required for a liquor license. That's
I'm
more
sorry, I
for
didn't hear what he said.
there may be some fencing in that Galati's lot, which is the one shown there on the south side of Main Street where the trivia is proposed.
Did you say Galati's lot?
Yeah, he owns
I
it.
don't know.
Oh, yeah, well, I know he owns it, but I would.
The former
what we were
BMO
calling
Harris
it.
lot.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, we have this, at a staff level, have a habit of naming things after who owns it.
Got
So,
it.
I sometimes forget, not everybody
Just
knows who owns
quick
it.
reference. You know?
Yeah,
Understood.
but yeah, there will be, could be some fencing, it would be some fencing on that side as well, but not so much because of a liquor license requirement or social
Yeah.
district requirement, more just for logistics.
Okay. Coming together.
Appreciate the update. I just thought it was important for us all to get a good idea of what's going on and as
Yeah.
it's coming up. And we're obviously the indirect partnership, so we'll get asked a lot of questions, so I just want us all to be prepared.
And as we get closer to the event, you will see more outreach popping up
Yep.
from
Perfect.
us, the chamber, and from our other partner, Naturally McHenry County.
Yes.
Are they going to be asking for like help and volunteers? Who's
Yes.
handling that end?
Yes, a lot of the details for volunteers and other logistics for the day of the event. That is one of the next topics of hot topics in our planning committee's agenda. So yeah, you will be seeing, especially at the village staff and village board level, we'll be looking for some volunteers for some of the different shifts and activities. Yeah, question?
Yeah, if,
Did you want to state your name and address for the?
oh, Dylan Strite, All Marine. If I could get a spot where I could display 3 or 4 boats for sale, I would give a substantial donation to the fest.
Yeah, we can connect separately, and we do have some tiers of sponsorships that could provide some parameters. But yeah, I think we could speak and get the chamber involved as well to kind of get some details for you.
Okay,
Yes,
Courtney
we'll
will
connect.
reach out to you.
okay, thank you.
Sorry, don't mean to ask another question, but.
That's okay.
but
Come on.
Food? I mean.
No food.
No food?
No, it's lots of food.
Lots of food.
It's
I
lots
know
of
you know
days.
food trucks and
Food
whatnot.
trucks,
I'm just curious. Again, is it
businesses
on the
downtown,
website
yeah.
that people who are gonna
It will be.
set
It
shop?
will be a
It
lot
will
of
be.
food.
Okay.
We'll have more details on that coming soon in a lot of our marketing outreach. But yes, we have reached, the chamber has reached out to local restaurants and as well as reaching out to several food trucks as well. So we're hoping to get a good mix.
Yeah,
And
we're
this is-
currently still accepting vendor registration right now.
Okay.
And this is going to be a non-ticketed event. The
Yeah.
only tickets you'll have to buy are for alcohol
Alcohol.
sales. So all the vendors can just sell their own stuff.
Who's putting the parameters on that? How much a alcoholic beverage costs? Because you're saying it's tickets, so I'm assuming X amount of dollars per ticket.
Yeah,
Yep.
whatever. They're usually like $1 ticket, and a beer is like $6 or $7.
Yeah, we'll define the
Yeah.
exact pricing as part of our planning committee.
Okay.
And you can always pay more.
Can,
It would be
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
Those
sure.
donations would be gladly accepted.
Better save your money.
the Anthony Stefani Community Foundation over there.
Yeah, go fund me.
Chief?
I was just going to remind everyone, it's a social district, and we're only going to allow beverages that are purchased in that area to be consumed in that area as well.
Great point. Thank you.
Yes.
Has there been any plans for the Rotary Club to actually have that craft brew every time that they do the farmer's market down there now?
Well, you got 2 Rotarians sitting right
I know.
here. I'd show up at one of their meetings if I were you.
Got it. Understood. Yeah, email me the schedule.
You'll probably get recruited, but just be
Yeah,
prepared.
you need young guys, you know? Dave Miller was at
Or young
the very
girls,
first
or young gals.
chamber dinner 60 years ago, huh? He didn't hear me. Dave, you didn't hear me? I said you were at the very first chamber dinner 60 years ago, right? Probably. Maybe in thought, yeah. Twinkle. Any other comments?
No,
be
thank
quiet
you
for
for
now.
the update.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned at 7:03.